Welcome to Too Long Didn't Read History, where I, a bored stay-at-home mom who misses teaching, teaches you a fun fact about history without boring you with the details. So imagine this: you become the very first female surgeon in the United States. You volunteer with the Army during the Civil War. You're captured by the Confederacy, held for 4 months, and at the end of all that, you receive the Medal of Honor, the first and only woman to do so in the United States. And then 50 years later, the military tells you to give it back. Dr. Mary Edwards Walker was born in New York on November 26, 1832, and she received her medical degree from Syracuse Medical College in 1855, quickly beginning her practice as a surgeon afterwards. At the outbreak of the Civil War, she signs up to be a volunteer, and they say, "You can be a nurse," and she said no, and she continues to sign up until they give her the title of contract surgeon. On April 10th, 1864, she's captured after crossing battle lines to help wounded civilians. She assisted a Confederate surgeon with an amputation, and then they immediately arrested her on grounds of being a spy. She was returned 4 months later in a prisoner exchange. On November 11th, 1865, she receives the Medal of Honor, a symbol of courage, sacrifice, and patriotism at the time, and the only award available to service members at that time. After the war, she could no longer practice medicine due to muscular atrophy, and she becomes a lecturer and a women's rights activist, often speaking for women's rights to vote. Though she was arrested numerous times because she liked to wear pants, literally because she liked to wear pants. But anyways, in 1916, Congress decides to set up a pension for all people who had won the Medal of Honor, and this sparked a review of all the honorees. Dr. Mary Edwards Walker, along with 911 people, lost their Medal of Honor, though the reasoning behind hers didn't make much sense. They said it was because she was a civilian at the time and not a commissioned officer, though there are at least 2 examples of civilian surgeons who got to keep their Medal of Honor, the only difference being they were men and she was a woman. And in act of defiance, she wore her Medal of Honor every day until her death on February 21st, 1919, 544 days before women would earn the right to vote in the United States. Though the military had stripped her of her Medal of Honor, they continued to honor her in other ways and named a ship after her in World War II. In 1977, she receives the title of her Medal of Honor back, though many people cite this as being way too little, way too late. But she is someone to think about the next time your kid takes the remote and says, "No givesies backsies."